It's time for weekend movie reviews.
If you notice that in my channel, I barely talked about Phase 4 of Marvel, because honestly, frankly, I could not give a single fuck. I couldn't. I couldn't even pretend. The last movie I covered was Black Widow, and after that, everything seemed unappealing to me. I heard various things about it, from mid to meh to fuck off. But this is the first time I've seen something out of Marvel that made me go, oh, I'm actually annoyed enough to give a shit about making a video. So thanks, She-Hulk. Thank you for making such quality content, such absolute bangers for me to talk about. You know what I mean, guys? But do you know what's not crap, guys? NordVPN. That's right, guys. Weekend Warrior and NordVPN are continuing our collaboration. You know what's annoying to me? Bad content. But worse than that is region-locked content. What's the purpose of having the series of interconnected tubes if you can't access content? You know, the thing the internet was created for? Well, with Nord, you can get that shite, baby.
With your IP address replaced, you can access a lot of online content that would otherwise be unavailable in your location. VPN allows you to connect to hundreds of remote servers in different locations securely.
Thank you, NordShill, but what if I want to have my privacy online secure?
NordVPN sends your online traffic through a remote server within a worldwide network of secure VPN servers. This way, your real IP address is changed and your online traffic is snoop-proof.
Thanks, Nord! Very cool! If you want access to all of that, plus all these cool looking perks, just go to nordvpn.com/weekendwarrior to get an exclusive deal. You get a 2-year plan, plus 4 months free. It's risk-free with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. And with that out of the way, let's get on with the video. I like how this image encapsulates my thoughts on reviewing or even talking about or analyzing anything to do with She-Hulk.
No! God, please, no! No!
Quick synopsis of the episode is that She-Hulk basically tells the audience how she got her power. And that's through an accident with Bruce Banner, her cousin. Banner tries to teach Jen the seriousness of her case, but Jen has none of it. And Bruce just accepts it and lets her go, despite the risk of a Hulk getting out there that he knows.
Bit dramatic.
Well, the setup of the episode is very annoying also. And then after all this shit, Jen, during her lawyer shit, has some supervillain just walk up into the courtroom for no reason. They might explain this, or they better explain this in the next episodes, so... Hey guys, Future Weekend here. They do explain it in the show. Titania was trying to escape from her court hearing, but the setup for her fight with She-Hulk is very bad. The fight itself is very bad, and we'll get to that when we get to that. That's a quick summation of the story, but the analysis is not gonna be as quick, guys, trust me. Last chance to go away before I spoil everything. A free spoiler, okay? It sucks. Okay. That's the freebie. Freebie's over.
No! God, please, no! No!
The setup of the plot isn't Jen's speech, but we'll put a cap on that speech and another speech later. We'll get back to that, guys. Don't worry about it. My whole problem is Bruce. Last time I saw him, it was in Endgame, and he was in Hulk form, and he had a brace on. So to my surprise, he's walking around in human form with the arm brace. So this is the problem I have with that.
Bruce, you failed to mention that I'd still have to deal with a Hulk-sized hangover.
First, the show's rules are that the human form and the Hulk form are distinct from each other. That means the human form can get knocked out, can bleed, so on and so forth. That doesn't matter to the Hulk form, which has a whole different body composition.
Now that I've actually analyzed your blood samples, it's way too dangerous to get out in the world, even if there's only 1,000,000% chance that it makes another one of us.
The second is that the Hulk blood is just too fucking dangerous to be exposed out in the wild. For the record, I don't like these rules. I am just accepting them because that's how the story depicts them. Because it doesn't make sense. Okay, let's say you're bleeding out as a human. Shouldn't you just be bleeding human blood and not Hulk blood? Because that is implied by Jen reverting back to human form and having a hangover, or when she immediately transforms from She-Hulk to Jen, she's super drunk already. So isn't that like, up to what extent does the Hulk biology affect the human biology? It seems like it should affect it, right? Like when Bruce Banner tried to kill himself, the other guy spat it out. Remember that iconic scene? How farther down your head does the bullet have to travel before the Hulk activates and go, hey sport, that's not a cool thing to have done? Do you see that? Isn't that a problem, guys? The simplest explanation would have been, you are a Hulk human hybrid, not that they're separate states. That's the simplest solution for this. I wouldn't have been bothered by it so much, really, like here in this scene. Shouldn't the Hulk just metabolize alcohol in a flash so Jen doesn't get drunk? And, you know, you could bleed and you can infect people with your Hulk blood, right? I feel like this was already resolved in a better movie. I'm just thinking about it now. It escapes my memory. So it seems like the rules are whatever needs to happen for the story to happen, or for any sort of gag. Let's bend the rules a little bit, or don't think about it too much, because it's supposed to be a joke. If only it landed. Let's look at Bruce now. My question is, why? Why hang out with your cousin when you know the risk of you walking around in human form could have your blood be taken by any mad scientist out there, or even by accident could cause someone to become the Hulk? I don't know, man. That is not a good setup for the Hulk, who comes across as irresponsible now.
Only a millionth % chance.
It's a bit too late for that, buddy. What was so important that you had to meet your cousin anyway? What was she gonna tell you?
Cheetos and chopsticks?
Yes, so you don't get Cheetos fingers.
Oh my god! She's a genius, guys. What a great contribution to society. Here, have a picture of me eating Cheetos with a spoon. Where's my fucking Nobel Prize, motherfucker? Real talk, this feels useless, honestly. You want the Cheeto dust so you could lick it off your fingers. This is a non-accomplishment. Yet, even as a joke, they play it like, oh, you're so good, Jen.
Really smart.
You're not the only genius in the family.
Jen is such a frustrating lead character because I get the sense that she needs constant validation.
Really smart.
You win the case. That was so good. So good.
Seriously?
And what I find funny about this shilling is that the show tells us what makes Jen good, instead of, you know, just showing us what makes her good. Because what it actually does is show Jen to be such a massive cunt.
I'm sorry that I said a bunch of harsh but very true things. Because I'm better than you?
Basically different.
In a better way.
Now fix me. Me back to normal.
This is not going away.
Give me that little device thing.
To
Make
me
me
and-
one. For me.
Since we're on the topic, let's just rip that band-aid out.
You're a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up.
Jen isn't really a good protagonist, like good in the moral sense, like, oh, you're a good person, or in an entertaining sense. Wow, that was a good shot. No, she's none of that. All of this comes from one word that the character embodies, which I have been repeating throughout this video so far. If you're new to the channel, or if you're an old guard, you would know that I want protagonists to be engaging. So I'm not fucking bored watching them, or I don't feel like throwing up when I see them. The easiest way to do this is to have a character be likable or relatable. So when they're a good person, when they're nice, and something bad happens to them, I want them to succeed. Or if you can't do that, have them do interesting things so the audience is engaged. If you're a really good writer, you could have them start out as likable, then because of the interesting thing they do, they become corrupt. Which leads to more interesting things. What you don't do is neither. Guess what this show did?
You're a stupid.
Jen is, to put it lightly, not nice. And ironically, I'm being nice. And the most interesting thing about her, you know, being a lawyer, is not really utilized either. In fact, they didn't utilize it at all in like the first episode. We'll get to that. The lack of self-awareness in this harlot is amazing.
Because I'm better than you?
Basically different.
In a better way.
My arm is healed and now I'm able to be my fully integrated self again.
Smug Hulk.
Smart home.
Well, it's pretty smug to call yourself smart.
I didn't come up with it.
You use it. Implied endorsement.
Guys, this is the strong and independent woman who don't need no man. And she's certainly not doing it to just prop herself up. Oh, no, 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 no. He is not trying to belittle you. He is trying to help you. What is this need to be like, you're the best? You need people to pat you on the back? What the fuck is this? The way they write Jen is also weirdly disattached from her literal scenario. She's already okay with being the Hulk persona. She's more interested in how she could be a lawyer. And she doesn't realize the implications of having the green rage monster inside you.
Forget Hulk rage. Just regular anger means death and destruction for everything and everyone around you. And I'm telling you, when people start seeing you as a monster that never goes away.
Those are legitimate fears by a man who has lived that life for 15 years. Now, what is Jen's response to that?
Fine. Teach me how to Hulk.
She's just mildly annoyed. This is very interesting. It's one thing to not want to be a hero. I think that is fine. Be a lawyer, whatever. It's quite another thing to not take what happened to you seriously. She really does think that everything will be normal. I just have this little quirk. Oh, whoa! It's like, okay, I'm fine. I can control the Hulk. That's all I need to do, right? Did you read the script? Do you know what happens to you in the future? That's why you're so smug about this shit? Oh yeah, see that lack of self-awareness? Really nice, isn't it? She doesn't even do the training part where you control your strength just so you could be normal in society. In fact, she doesn't need training. In a few days, she's already mastered the basics of being a Hulk. Yes, Bruce, I would be mad too if I'm being shat on just to prop up an absolute cunt of a character. This was the easiest way to make me like Jen, guys. A protagonist that is experiencing something new, being tested, rising to the challenge, and succeeding. That's a basic make me like a character thing to do. And you didn't even fucking do that. Why go through all this origin story bullshit if the main character doesn't need help? It's so stupid! I call this shit. Last July. Guys, remember the point of the training arc is that the protagonist doesn't know shit yet. Unless they cut the part where she's bumbling in the beginning, I don't like how insufferable she looks already during the training. LMFAO. And I agree with Pylord here. What is even the point of training montages for characters who clearly don't need them? It doesn't make them look stronger, it usually makes them look like smug assholes at best or incapable of personal growth and humility at worst. How about that shit?
Smug Hulk.
This episode would be drastically improved if they just cut this origin episode bullshit. Yeah, they just go, oh, you wanna know why I'm a Hulk? Oh, I got into an accident and my cousin Bruce infected me with the Hulk AIDS and now I'm part Hulk. Yeah, see? And then we go to the lawyer shit already. Oh yeah! The Titania scene is so bad, guys. So she's there because she escaped her court hearing. She just busts through the wall easy. So my problem with this is that she has the strength to just walk to a wall. Why doesn't she just go through the corridors? Since anyone that can stop her, she can just curb stomp the fuck out of them. Also, while we have Jen debating whether or not she should save these people, she is being stopped by the security guards in the background. You are telling me that these normies can stop her? Shut the fuck up! At least make the excuse believable, goddamn. The fight scene also violates the 180-degree rule. Basically, the person who's facing the left should face the left, and the person facing the right should face right. It's not just looking left and right, it's looking left and right in relation to the other character. This is more for the benefit of the audience, so if there's something happening that is related to the both of them, it's not distracting to the audience. Guess what they do here? Here, they flip that when she just grabs this bench. They could actually do this if they bothered to shoot that sequence where she grabs the bench and the camera moves around so we are reoriented. But since they just do a hard cut, it's just disjointed. And the jump kick is like, it's like I animated the jump. Guys, this is embarrassing. Holy shit.
I'm ready to give my closing argument now.
Okay, since we're in the courtroom, let's talk about the thing that could have made Jen interesting. Her job, which is a fucking lawyer. Not just any lawyer, guys. She's a deputy district attorney. A simple Google thing would have shown you that means you're prosecuting criminals. So her constant need for validation, her being petty, I don't really think that should fit a prosecutor. Because you got better shit to worry about, honestly. This is why that quirky scene in the second episode, in so many quotes, quirky, doesn't work.
Do not step past the yellow line. Do not touch the glass. We cannot guarantee your safety. Never let your guard down.
You gonna serve me up with some fava beans and a nice can?
Ma'am, this is a prison.
She should know this shit, bruh. Was this some sort of meta-commentary on how Marvel quips in serious moments are inappropriate? Because that is fucking brilliant if that's the case. Something tells me it's not, though. If I didn't know any better, I would swear she's not a criminal lawyer. The way she's acting, it feels like she was a business lawyer. So this is just weird. Why does it feel like this is her first time interviewing a criminal? That fava beans and chianti, that was like a shout out to Silence of the Lambs, where Clarice did the interview of Hannibal Lecter for the first time. Is that the implication here? She's a noob? Of course, the go-to reference is that Clarice went through something similar that Jen did. But when Jen pointed it out as a reference, it feels so unprofessional, unbefitting of a former prosecutor. She should know better, is what I'm trying to say. And it ruins the scene. The scene is edited weirdly because it maintains that serious moment, but you have this character trying to deflate that. So I'm not really sure what this scene was trying to achieve. Is the punchline this moment with Blonsky?
First off, namaste.
Because it doesn't really feel like a joke. The scene went far too long for the punchline to be funny, because that would have been fine if you were just there immediately. And Blonsky goes namaste and deflates the serious music. So she's failing as a lawyer, and it's failing as a comedy.
What's up?
When she was confronted by these three individuals, she should have flexed on these fucks. Nah, bro, not like that, because that's literally murder. They haven't even touched her at this point. Guys, what do you think will happen when the Hulk will punch any normal person? I'm just asking that, putting that out there. Use your prosecutor shit. Flex your connections. She should have gone, I'm a prosecutor, I'ma call the commissioner, and I will personally guarantee that all you three will be sitting in a jail cell, so Tyrone won't be lonely for the night. That's what she should have said. Oh yeah, she also says this speech.
What is the responsibility of those with power? Do they merely have an obligation to refrain from the misuse of that power? Or do they have a duty to protect those without it?
Which is fake as fuck.
No, do your thing. Right now in front of everybody?
She has to be told to save these people, which is fucking stupid when you consider that it is the perfect moment to tie the episode around her speech in the intro. That would have been perfect. That would have been, oh, Bruce was right. I guess I could be able to save people with my power.
Basically, I was right and Bruce was wrong. And I never have to be a Hulk.
You could do the fourth wall breaking thing here. When Titania goes on a rampage, Jen looks at the camera and goes, well, shit. God damn it, god damn it, damn it, damn it. Then she transforms into the Hulk. Then she doesn't need her friend to tell her to be a good person. It's a layup. Why am I helping you write your fucking comedy action drama show? Oh my god. Put me in the team, coach. I'm ready.
Like this outfit.
It's a joke. I know they're trying to make a joke. But you have a superhero show with no superhero. And a lawyer who's not flexing her law shit. What the fuck is this? You're left with nothing. In the next episode, I like how she attempts to gaslight the audience.
But I wasn't gonna just let those people get hurt.
No.
What kind of person would that make me? And now I feel like I'm being punished.
Objection! I guess people forgot about it because it happened last week. But then she says this. As a joke, of course, haha.
Maybe I should have just let those people get smushed by that desk.
Sweetheart.
He is so, likable.
Get me back to normal.
This is another opportunity that the writers of the show missed. They could have integrated her being a lawyer with her wanting to go back to normal. Oh, my clients need me. Or I have cases to file. Or I have criminals to bust. What does she say if she wants to get back to normal?
God, I just got my own office. I have business cards. Return to my career that I have spent years building. Use my law degree that I am still paying off a fortune in student loans for.
The writers made her focus more on the trappings of the job rather than what it means to be a prosecutor. Because prosecutors do a lot for Americans, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if they nab crypto bros for scamming people. Oh yeah, see? This is the part where you combine her being a likable person with her career as a lawyer. And you really just ignored that shit for what? Focusing on the business card? You're giving the business card to people that need your help, prosecutor. This is embarrassing. There is no sense of advocacy.
When am I ever going to use this as a lawyer?
Nailing the mafia boss that got away with it because he bribed the judge. Hello? Come on, guys. It can't be this hard. It can't be. It just can't be. All of this brings us to that speech of hers that I think, for better or worse, will be what the show will be remembered for. Honestly, it feels less like a speech and more like a lecture. It's like a comedy special without the comedy. Okay, I have to elaborate.
Usually if a guy holds my hand, he's gonna wind up.
Okay, why is she overqualified to be the Hulk? She gets catcalled, incompetent men are talking over her, mansplaining, and she has to keep her emotions in check or else she'll get in trouble. She'll be called emotional, or at worst, she'll be killed.
I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you.
What does the show actually, for lack of a better word, show us?
What's up? How you doing?
Fine, thank you. I think my boyfriend's just...
Oh, come on. Where are you going? Let us keep you company.
We're just being friendly.
I would say at the very least, it's awkward flirting. Very awkward. Guys, if a girl says no, just walk along. She did you a favor, you get yourself a girl that wants you, king. At worst, I could say that it's a roving rape gang, okay? I will give the show that. Fine, let's accept that premise of the show. Also, I think the writers really didn't think this scene through because the initiator of this, so I think he's the leader, was a black guy. Are you sure you want to go there, Disney? Disney writers, are you sure about that, Chief? Does she actually need help in the show? No. In fact, it's the guys that need saving from her. Why did the show then say that catcalling is one of the worst things that could happen when really what the show is strongly implying, I'm accepting the premise, there's even the evil laugh.
Being friendly.
Okay, let's roll with that. Why didn't they just say attempted assault? It's just a weird thing to say. Catcalling is the worst thing, when you're actually showing that there could have been a chance that these tries would have tried to have their way with Jen. It's so weird. And honestly, this wouldn't have happened if she prosecuted up. I would have liked it if when she would have flexed her lawyering, she would have been a little bit afraid, but she did it anyway because she's a fucking prosecutor and she'll push through that shit. How about when incompetent men explain her job to her?
I feel like this is gonna land better coming from me. Look, we got plenty of time to switch things up and let me do the closing.
It was there, but the guy gets shut down.
But I will kill you, and Jen won't prosecute. So I'm just gonna get away with it.
Only because it's a conflict of interest, not because I condone murder.
Bye, Dennis.
You're gonna listen to a paralegal over another lawyer?
It would be one thing if he pulled rank or actually used nepotism to deliver the final speech, the closing speech. But he doesn't. He looks like a buffoon. So he's just a caricature of an actual threat.
There's a hot chick over there. I'm gonna go talk to it.
Being friendly.
It would be actually more engaging, more relatable. I would be sympathetic to Jen more if there's actually a credible threat in her office that is annoying her, that is pulling rank, that is taking away cases from her. Or she was up for promotion but they chose that guy. Something like that. Guys, this is basic in hero's journey stuff. You have to have the hero be at a low point or struggle. So far, either the story is going out of its way to save Jen, or Jen does fine. That's why her speech doesn't really seem to hit me. Like in story and in the bigger context of things, you could have chosen assault, but you went with catcalling. You say you have a problem with mansplaining, but so far you handled yourself pretty well. What is the problem here, Chief? So there's already a weird disconnect because the thing you're saying is a problem to you is not really a problem. So you're saying it for all women. Okay. Louder for people in the back. This is a lecture. Nah, Chief, I'm good. I'm leaving. This is why it feels like a lecture. This is why it feels like she's not really talking to Bruce. She's talking to the audience. Because if she was talking to Bruce, you wouldn't just unload like that. You would understand context. And despite me not liking this whole Jen-Bruce dynamic they were trying to say, I think they were showing that they're the type of cousins that fight with each other and all that shit because they made up pretty easily. They call themselves what? Hulk calls her fuzzball. So she should know that Bruce does not catcall and Bruce does not mansplain. Fucking hell. And also she has this follow-up speech where they fight some more, really endearing me to her character.
My life wasn't taken away.
Really? Oh, so you didn't wind up alone? Hiding away on some remote beach with no friends, no relationships, never seeing your family, and definitely not dealing with a decade's worth of trauma? Why would you want that for me, Bruce?
The thing that Jen says to Bruce, that she disdainfully throws at his face, that she's mocking the concept of trying to be a better person, trying to be a hero, that's the thing that Bruce had to go through just to be normal, just to be a semi-normal Hulk. And if he didn't do that, Jen, he wouldn't have been able to undo the snap. How about that? It's like the writers here, I'm now blaming the writers for this. It doesn't make sense for Jen to not know this. In the next fucking episode, she shits on this guy.
No, I did not go to law school and rack up 6 figures in student loans to become a vigilante. That is for billionaires and narcissists and adult orphans.
If the billionaire narcissist did not step up, you would be dead. Thanos would win. He fucking saved the universe. Have some fucking respect. Jesus Christ. Also, for the catcalling bit, this is just another thing I remembered. I would respect you more if you didn't objectify Captain America.
Oh, Steve. Did you see that ass? Like, that ass did not deserve to die a virgin. Captain America!
In conclusion, guys, you already know it. It sucks. I don't think the show can turn this thing around. It's possible, but I am putting my bet that it's probably not. It's probably not gonna be good. It's probably not gonna turn around because you have to have Jen be vulnerable and realize that she might not be all that as a Hulk and she might actually need Bruce's help. She's been killing it as a Hulk. She's gonna kill it here as a Hulk lawyer. I'm calling it now. So what does she really need, honestly? But I remember what they did for Captain Marvel. This series is really giving me Captain Marvel vibes. So what they're gonna do, in that movie in Captain Marvel just burned the power limiter in her head to unlock even more power. So the thing that was holding her back was just a lack of confidence or a limiter, which is weird because she was really self-confident in that movie. So I think they're just gonna have Jen be down for a bit, then someone will cheer her up, and then she's gonna be okay. And that's it. If you want me to cover the whole series, I will probably do it when the show is complete. If this video gets 1K likes, sure, why the fuck not? And I'll probably do it anyway for the content. And if you want to support me, I have a Patreon. Speaking of Patreon, a huge shout out to my patrons for making this possible. 21st Century Guy, Black Vulcan X, Bonov M. Yisod, Chet McMasterson, Daniil Dimitriev, Delatar Teeps, Hjortur S. Hjorturson, John Lemley, M. Marcelo Oliveria, Registered Good Boy, Robot Eye, Rocky Zadok, Shaped Like Bacon, Tad586, and all these other wonderful patrons. Until the next video, guys. Suffer later.